Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your Gaudi once again in another YouTube video. And today we're gonna be a little bit naughty, a little bit savage and real. And yeah, a disclaimer, I'm not a relationship coach. I'm just a normal person with a little experience on relationship. They always say experience is the best teacher, so why not? I'm gonna teach you how to move on like a bitch. Before you move on like a beach, you have to think like a beach. We who have that thinking, we understand that this world is not a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing. It's not a movie. It's not a script. It's a real life, dealing with real people who have real problems, who face the same real challenges. You have to understand that when you're in a relationship, men are like women. Just like we, the ladies, when you're in a relationship, even if you're married, you can be walking around and you admire somebody because they have the features that you like, because they have the looks that you admire. It doesn't stop you from admiring. So before you go into relationship, understand that a man is gonna look and is gonna see somebody that is having something that is better than you, because we can never be 100% perfect. We can never be perfect. So the best way to go into a relationship is to move in it, understanding that anything can happen at any moment. Either you might find somebody that is better than your guy, or your guy will find somebody that is better than you. This is how real life is. And that's why sometimes bitchy thinking is the best. Because you can never be surprised of anything. Like, we are always ready for whatever comes our way, because we know that this is real life. This is real life. In another way, making a bitch move, moving on like a bitch, is moving on as if you knew that it's gonna happen. So you're not surprised. The bitchy way of thinking is understanding that anything can happen, and you understand that if it happens this way, I'm gonna do this. It's kind of like when you're living in the cold country, you're always with your jacket. In case it rains, I'm all good. In case it gets too cold, still I'm good, you know? That's kind of bitchy thinking. So, how to move on like a bitch? Yeah. First of all, don't wait for a guy to tell you that he's tired of you. Don't wait for the guy to tell you that he's tired of you. Move on before even he thinks that it's time to tell you. If good thing with the bitch way of thinking, we study the situation. You have to study the situation. You have to understand that this guy was doing like this before. Now he's doing this. The communication is fading. Is there, like, you don't see each other more often. So you have to understand that there is something that is not right. You don't need somebody to call you and tell that, yo, something is not right here. You have to see, you have to study the environment. Be active in your mind. Like the bitch way of thinking, we are always active. We know that something is gonna happen. So don't wait for somebody to tell you that, yo, I'm tired of you, so back off. Just back off. Just back off. It hurts. I know it hurts. It's not easy move, but just make it. Call it off before the guy calls off. Because when he calls it off, it will hurt you more than when you call it off, you know? And make sure that you do it as early as possible, even before he think about thinking it. And always leave when everything is still at peace. Because when you're in a relationship and you wait until everybody gets fed up of everybody, it can get a little bit naughty. It can get a little bit dirty. You can kind of exchange words, You don't have to wait until it gets there. So just make a move as soon as possible before the guy calls it off. Or before the guy brings the better lady in front of you and say, hey, this is my new lady, so back off. It hurts. But when you back off on your willingness, you can go on, you make a plan. Like, it doesn't hurt like the way it would hurt you when they leave you without any plan or without any strategy for whatever you're gonna do or how you're gonna do. And also, when if you want to make a beach move, think about what are you gonna do in this time when you're gonna call it off. You don't have to be redundant. You're there for everybody to take advantage of. Have something that makes your mind busy so that you don't have to think about whatever you have been through. It gives you this. If it is joining dance class, join it. Go dance your minds out and feel like, yeah, it is giving out. And make sure that you join something that you enjoy personally. Don't join something for the sake of joining it. If you're into gym, go work out your minds. You know? If you're into reading books, read as many books as possible just to make your mind busy. Because, you know, an idle mind can give you all the flashback, all the memories you start thinking about, like, maybe I did the wrong decision, and then you're gonna text him. It doesn't make any sense. A bitchy move is move on and move on. When you're in a relationship, take whatever you can. Like, if you went there for money, take as much money as you can. If you went there for love him to the maximum that you're done. You give all your love, you know. In that when you go, you just say, yeah, I gave it all and it failed, so it's not about me, it's about him, you know. If you're there for sex, take how much sex you can and go, so that when you go, you just say, "Ah, I've taken mine, let others start from there." Like, yeah, just go and get whatever you wanted and go on. That's the move. That's the bitchy move. Just know your strategy, get what took you there, and go on. Don't go back to get another, because you have already taken whatever you can. If it is money, you took enough. If it is love, you took enough. You gave enough and you took enough. If it is sex, you had enough. So you have to go and explore something else, you know. That's a bitchy move. I don't know if hope this is not toxic, but that is a bitchy move. You just move on and don't look behind. And thank you for watching me. If you want me to give you part 2, let me know.